If you really think about Cassie's journey, she met Diddy at 19. She had just dropped the song, Me and You, It's Just Me and You, right? She just dropped that song, hit, banger, smash on your radio. Don't even lie, you was cranking that Cassie. You was cranking that Cassie like you cranking Soldier Boy, right? All right, what's up, everybody? Listen, we are back for another video that I think is very, very important. We're talking about something that is very current and to many of us, very important to our daily lives. We are talking about the Cassie and Diddy situation. And you may say, Chris, what does that have to do with psychology? It has everything to do with psychology. This case has everything to do with psychology. It is Hollywood. It is polarizing. It is drama. It's trauma. It's sex. It's the whole nine. And so to you, we've kind of lost in this whole shuffle is what often to us looks like this fairy tale and red carpets and limos and private jets often hides this psychological warfare that's taking place behind closed doors. And when we look at Cassie's journey that exposed a lot of this power, manipulation, and survival, it's all wrapped up in silence and luxury and access. So it looks like she got it going on because she has all the power and she's all that sort of thing. But the truth is, she don't have that. So we're not here to gossip. I just want to unpack some emotional manipulation, dependency, and the shackles that keep people from leaving relationships that destroy them. So you may see yourself in this content. You may see yourself in this journey. And the truth is, it's a lot of people that may watch this and say, Chris, I didn't know. I want to get out. I don't know how to get out. I've been abused. I've been mistreated. What's going on in my life, I know it's not okay. My mother's been told me to leave, but I don't know what to do. So this video is not about celebrity drama. It's a deep dive into that psychological control that many people feel. And it's a direct challenge to anyone who's ever said, well, she stayed, so she must have wanted it. And if you really think about Cassie's journey, she met Diddy at 19. She had just dropped the song, Me and You, It's Just Me and You, right? She just dropped that song, hit, banger, smash on your radio. Don't even lie, you was cranking that Cassie. You was cranking that Cassie like you cranking Soldier Boy, right? And the truth is, she was on the edge of something big. She knew that she had something going on. You can't have a smash hit like that. You're 19 years old. You got the look. You got all of it. And you run into this guy who is building his empire as well. He's 37 years old. He's rich, connected, celebrated. He is the man. This is Puff Daddy, all right? And this is the guy who found Notorious B.I.G., built Mary J. Blige's career with plenty of hits. Mace. Do I have to continue, right? This is 112. This is Total. This is the guy, okay, when it comes to making hits and remixes and Diddy bopping and take that, which is crazy to say. Crazy. Yo, take that. Yo, that has so much more context now. Take that. Anyways, anything she wanted to get access to, it was him. He had all the keys. Can you imagine? Never mind. We'll get to that in a second. They weren't equals. She was 19, new, fresh face. He was her label. He was the mentor. He was the partner. And the problem is that their relationship had blurred lines from the beginning because it was business and personal, and that went on for over a decade. And so in 2023, she filed a lawsuit, and it went public, and everybody was able to see the details, and then you start seeing the video. And in 2025, the federal testimony started putting everything on full display, all the abuse and manipulation, and people still ask why she stayed. And the real question is, how do you leave somebody that's controlling your life and built your whole platform? I want you to ask that question. It's easy and surface to say, she should have left. But I want you to go on the other side of it as to why a person wouldn't leave and ask yourself, how do you leave when someone's controlling your life and is built exactly who you are? Wouldn't that feel like you're walking away from yourself? And here's how that happens, because a person becomes groomed. Grooming, it's a process. It's not just I love you. It's the process of showing someone you love them through manipulative actions, or you coerce them to believe that you love them through manipulative actions. Grooming doesn't start with harm. It starts with praise. It starts with adulation. It starts with affirmation. And here's the phases. Number one is the selection phase. Here's this young, beautiful talent. She's young, impressionable, and she don't have no industry family. She doesn't have anybody that can say, hey, watch out for that. I wouldn't do that. Nah, I heard about him. No, I've been in the industry 10, 15 years. I know exactly who Puff is. No, I wouldn't mess with him. She ain't have that. She's in there like trying to make money. This whole thing's about, I'm trying to put coins in the bank. And I may look past a lot of somebody's issues because I'm trying to put money in the bank. Then there's a validation process where he's going to give attention, opportunity, increase your image. Now you're a brand, right? You're global. And that becomes the source of your confidence. It's the new source of confidence. Here you are, you got a hit, but a hit for a lot of people doesn't necessarily change their life. But a hit when you're Puff's partner, now you're on global jets, you're traveling around the world, you're meeting people you would never have met just with a hit. You're in different, you got opportunities galore, and now you feel like the it girl. And so once you start feeling, now this person's giving you all of this, guess what? They got you. Because now the control is going to start looking like they care. Caring for your career, caring for you, wanting you to have the best. It's all, I know that it seems like I'm controlling. I know that I popped off and I yelled at you, I snapped, right? I'm being a little extra, but the truth is, it's all about me caring about where you're trying to go because I see the bright star in you. So I want to let you know, don't talk to them. I'm controlling that. I don't want you talking to them, right? Nah, don't move around them. They can't sit in our section. Nah, your cousin can't come to the party. I know your mother said that she want to come see you, but not today. It controls how you dress. I want you to wear the white nail polish that's been mentioned. I want you to wear a certain thing. I want your hair looking a certain way. Nah, don't post that on social media. Nope, I told you don't do that. And now control starts looking like care, and that's confusing. That's confusing to a young person. We understand that a young person's brain doesn't fully develop until they're around 23 to 25. So this person doesn't have all of the ability to discern, have full governance over their decision making, right? You're an adult at 18 legally. So listen, she's culpable and liable to the things that she did and that things that she didn't do. But we know that as it pertains to ethics and morals, this was still a young woman who was very impressionable at the age of 19, 20 years old. Now, as she got older, you would think, which is, I guarantee you're going to say it, but Chris, man, she's been older for a while, bro. She was still in that. When you have now transitioned from the control phase to having your reality distorted through gaslighting, and for gaslighting, we mean distorting the reality in which you see, believe, or hear. So it's not, I did not cuss you out. Why are you saying that? Why are you telling people that? No, what happened is that you made me say that to you in that voice because of how you was acting. No, I didn't tell you that you had to sleep with them. Remember you told me that was your fantasy? That was all I did was bring them to you. Right? That's confusing. That's gaslighting. You're telling me something about my reality that goes against what I feel my reality is. And when you have power and you're imposing that power over people, they're more likely to believe what you're saying than their reality. You could gaslight children all day. into them having to believe what they don't see. You can gaslight your partner, and that is by fear, confusion. So now he becomes this protector and the threat. Can you imagine how confusing that is? Where this person's not only the person that's protecting me from the harm of other people, the harm of bad deals, the harm of a bad situation, but now they're also the threat. So they're my primary threat and protector. I don't know which one I need to have in my life. And once you have your reality distorted, you've given over control because you think it looks like care and love. Full dependency is going to take place. Where this person is not just your partner, that person's your bank, they're your boss, and your full approval. You can't do anything without them. If you desire to leave, there will be consequences to other people and not just you. If you do tell someone what's going on, then your money could be taken away. You don't have everything you have is in this person's name, in their control. And when you're not being, like, the thing is about the situation is she wasn't building with him. She was being built by him, for him, groomed, molded, all of that. And we know that he said that he likes them moldable, young, impressionable. And I remember growing up, that was the thing. The younger they are, you would hear guys say like they want young women. That was never really my thing. I didn't like them, in my dating world. I didn't like to date women who were so young that it felt like I was dating a child, and I got married at 26. So when I was 22 and 23, I wasn't hanging out in no high school and trying to figure out how to convince somebody. That wasn't my thing. I wanted them older. I like them older or right in my age range. Teach me something. Show me the way. That's what I wanted. I didn't want to be the guy that broke your heart and I wasn't me. I don't know. That was never my thing. So, but many people are like that, where they like women young so that they can mold them and shape. That's not my thing. But again, these allegations, they point to this emotional like domination and the substances that were, given to her, whether it was cocaine and, Molly and all of that, right? All that's introduced by him, the physical abuse that existed behind closed doors and all the things in their career that were probably controlled or blocked and that she didn't have access to, that's called control. That is called domination of a person. And we think that, once a person has went through this, that their eyes would open. But the truth is that people stay in abusive relationships not because they like it. They don't stay in them because they like it. Let me get my words right. They stay in them because their brain has been rewired to crave the apology more than the fear they pain. People stay in these situations because the apology, the cycling back, they fear the pain less than they desire the apology. So what a trauma bond cycle looks like is they hurt you, you cry, they apologize, you feel safe again. You may recognize this in your childhood. Boom, boom, right? Relationship, dating. I'm so hurt. Why you hit me? You deserved it, blah, blah, blah. Hour later, maybe listen, I'm sorry. I did not, I know I lost my head. I didn't mean to do that. That wasn't cool. Here you are. She's crying. He's patting you up. He apologizes. And because he's still nearby, feels like love. And maybe you haven't felt love that is safe. And so this is your first opportunity to feel love and to feel safe. And the whole cycle repeats over and over again. Over and over again. And because the relief of the apology starts to feel like love. And that's what traps people. Because love shouldn't feel like pain. Love is not connected to, okay, he cool again. He calm. Oh my God. So happy. I just want to keep him calm. My goodness. That's not what love should feel like. But if love feels like that to you, guess what? You are almost in a cycle that you can't get out of as much as they can't get out of it. And the longer the cycle goes, the harder it becomes to recognize the manipulation you're inside of. Because now it's like if you when you start on like a one of those spin cycles, like on the roller coaster where you stuck to the wall. At first you get everything, and then you start spinning, and you can see them still a little bit, but it's getting a little fuzzy. And you can see them now. You're going faster, and now you start to feel like you can see them, but maybe they're over there, and eventually you give up because you've been in a cycle so long at such a speed. Recognize what's outside. That's good. Her loyalty wasn't proof that she liked it at all. It really was this proof that she was chemically and emotionally tied and tethered to a man who knew how to alternate chaos and then charm. Chaos, charm. Chaos, charm. I show you how the world loves you. I show you the world, take you around the world. Bad boy, right? Take that. I'm gonna take you around the world. And at the same time, behind closed doors, I want you to have sex with him, and I'm gonna sit back and watch. No, you don't know who he is. No, I don't want. Yeah, no condoms. Nah, I don't like that. I want you to do my fantasy, safe or unsafe. 3 hours at a time, 2 hours, most at 4. I'm just telling you that's chaos, charm, chaos, charm. And a forensic psychologist who actually spoke in the case, she said, quote, "It doesn't have to happen all the time. Once they show the ability to do it, the threats, the controlling, and the put downs, that solidifies the threat of using more physical violence." She also said that victims walk around on eggshells. They're focused on surviving, not escaping. They're focused on surviving, not escaping. Many people have been trapped and caught or kidnapped. And a lot of times you're trying your best not to piss off the person who caught you. Escaping almost seems like putting all your chips in the middle and saying, if I escape, I might die, but I got to get out of here. That takes a level of gumption, courage, and plenty of survivors of abuse can probably talk about the harrowing stories of trying to escape that and thinking that this person who's abusing them may always find them, may always be around the corner, may always be lurking, and that's walking around on eggshells. You take the sexual abuse part that carries the shame and deep humiliation. That prevents many people from seeking help. Emotional abuse strips away motivation. Financial dependence locks them in, unquote. Okay? Another quote from her. She said it's common to stay in abusive relationships. Abusers use psychological, emotional, and economic abuse to make people feel like they can't leave, unquote. Last quote, and yes, victims often form a bond with the abuser. The abuse itself causes psychological disorders, making it even harder to walk away. I don't think I have to go any further. That's what the psychologist who took the stand said on the stand about this situation. When a person's being abused, it warps their reality. What you think they see, they may understand your perspective, but you're not in their experience. So they can see how you see what you see. It's just you don't understand the experience in which they can't act on what you see. It's the equivalent of when I'm at my son's basketball game, I think that I see an angle in which he can go score a layup. But the problem is I'm not in the game. So what I see seems simple, but I'm not the one in the game where I need to figure out the speed to get there, the strength of the guy down there that could block his shot, where his teammates are, what his coach told him to do. These are all factors that may stop him from listening to me. The same way it goes to you when you think you got the answer for why somebody would stay in an abusive relationship, and that seems stupid. You're not in the abusive relationship. People don't choose to want to be like, yo, hey, is he single, girl? He's single? Ooh, does he abuse? He abuse? Oh, yeah. Bring him over here. No one signs up for that. No one. Let me give you guys, and this is for my men out there. This is a real life analogy for you, for men. I want to break this down so that you understand. This is a world that you know. You're going to understand this. You are going to understand this, and don't tell me you lying. All right. I was thinking about this. Now imagine that you're 19 years old and you're a real hooper. You just got drafted, right? Real dope talent. You don't have an agent. You don't have no real support system behind you. You are just a beast. So here you are, you walk in the locker room and a superstar vet, somebody who's been in the league 12 years, comes up to you and says, hey, listen, young blood, ride with me. I want you to take a role with me after practice. I got some places to show you, all right? I'm going to help you get this playing time. I'm going to help you get these endorsements. I got your back, bruh. And that shoe, see my shoes? Signature shoe, Nike, man. They paying me $10 million a year to wear these. And then you believe them. Because obviously you're new to the league. You trying to get you want the bag like he got. So you start shining. Wow, new jewels. He done bought you a little jewelry, right? He done made sure that you got in touch with the Nike people. But what happens is that over time, over the season, he starts setting new rules. Man, you can't talk. No, don't talk to them other players on the team, another team. No, don't do that. We ain't doing that. The next time you have a meeting, I need to be there. Why are you taking a meeting without me? Hey, you crazy? You crazy? He shoves you real hard. You feel his man strength. He's a vet. He's a superstar on TV, interviews everywhere. And here it is. He just told you, don't you ever take a meeting without him. Or all of this that I've been working on is going to be over. He controls your diet. Starts telling you if you want to be a superstar, this is what you got to eat. You're going to eat with my chef. Be in my house at 8 in the morning. We eating breakfast. You eat with my family. We eat good dinner over here. You can't afford a chef yet. Listen, your minutes, what you do. He wanted, are you at the gym? Are you working out? Yeah, every move. Matter of fact, he goes as far as now he's so comfortable, he humiliates you in front of other people. Hey, man, look. Hey, Rook. Hey, man. You ain't up on your game when it come to the women, are you? Nah, you ain't up on your game. And so he's humiliating you now. But he calls it tough love. And because he's respected, no one questions him. It's just who he is. No one says anything. He's big bank Hank. He got the money. Now, imagine trying to walk away from him. Like, not only do you feel like your entire future is in his hands because he has the connections and all of that, but he's convinced you that you're nothing without him. And that's what Cassie lived. But swap the basketball court for the music industry. Swap teammates for assistants. Swap jerseys for designer clothes and private jets. The control's the same. The consequences are even heavier. And she didn't stay for the luxury. She stayed because the cost of leaving looked like financial death, public shame, being blackballed. She didn't want her videos out there, her sex tapes, right? All the information about her coming through a third party. She didn't want that. And when your whole identity has been handed to you by the person who's hurting you, walking away can feel like disappearing. And who's gonna do that? So now we fast forward to the day, May 2025. Courtroom testimony shows the allegations of rape, beating, manipulation, surveillance footage, injury photos, text records, former employees who coming out the walls, been subpoenaed. They speaking on the culture of fear, right? Cassie's testimony was outlining all this psychological domination in detail. Her mother took the stand, right? You got Homeland Security people talking about what they found, all these bottles of Astroglide. It's crazy. And these aren't just messy details, they're receipts. And they paint the picture of a man who used his empire to create an emotional hostage situation. And again, these are still just allegations. Let's be very honest. They're still allegations. No guilt or innocence has been legally determined. We understand that. But here's the real conversation. How do we, or why do we, protect the people who have fame and power over truth? Like, why does power get a pass? It's because if you look at this situation, our community has uplifted success stories like Diddy, but at what cost? We treat our women far too often as disposable beings when it's possible they can threaten one of our celebrity, you know, uh, icons. And I'll be honest with you, I was a big Puff fan, right? Loved his music, his persona. He was like the black royalty and excellence and all of that, right? He had that. Grew up on Puff. But I think that it's important that we don't forget that we came from a woman. And for those of you who are black, a black woman. We came from women. Nobody on this earth came from on this earth without a woman. So do we protect a man's legacy that we don't know while we feel as if there's enough detail to put this person down or away, at least out of the spotlight? Or do we sacrifice all of that because we don't want to hear somebody's truth? If your daughter was the person speaking, would you want somebody to at least respect her perspective? I mean, think, it's not easy to stand up and say all that Cassie said. It takes a lot. She's uncovering and unmasking her own fragility, her own vulnerabilities, the things that are ugly for her. She's talking about that and having to put that on display in front of her family, right? Her husband, her mom. That's hard. So why did she stay? She didn't stay because she liked being hurt. She stayed because her broke identity from him was crushed all the way down and rebuilt in his image. He controlled her finances. He shaped her public narrative and her image. He became a provider and her prison guard. And that's not love. Many people are brutalized, crushed. If you go to the military, they make you shave your head. They make you go through all these painful experiences in boot camp. And so that they can turn you into a Marine. They can turn you into a soldier. Because if you come into something knowing who you are, you're more likely not liable. You're more than likely not able to continue on with something if you're just thinking about the old version of you. You got to be able to put up with some stuff thinking about the new version of you. That's psychology. Her courage is a call to every single survivor, every man who's ever confused control for care, every woman who's confused control for care, every woman who's ever questioned her own sanity in a toxic relationship, every man that's ever questioned his sanity in a toxic relationship. Silence does not equal consent. Staying does not equal agreement. Fame does not excuse control. And the next time you hear someone say out their mouth, she could have left, ask what would have been left of her if she did. Would she have survived? All the secrets she knew, do y'all think she would have survived? I don't know. So I want to put some resources here. If you're going through anything in your house, privately, and you need help, this number here, 1-800-799-SAFE, right here, right here. There's therapy resources that are going to be in the link in the description here. There's also books that you can read. The Body Keeps Score, great book. What Happened to You, another great book. And healing starts with clarity. And clarity is going to come through opening your mouth. Power should never come at the price of peace. If you're in something that's dimming your soul, diminishing who you are, leave before you forget your own name. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully, we are past this soon and we get some clarity. But for you in your life, I want you to see clarity. I want you to get what you need in your own life so that you feel safe, that you get the things you need in your relationships, in your job, and in your friendships, and with your parents. God bless you all. Y'all be cool.